is a beautiful summer afternoon on the north side as we get set for a Cubs matinee here on Comcast Sportsnet. Rubber match today, interleague action continuing as the Cubs host Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers. And hi again, everyone. Bob Brenly and Len Casper with you. As we looked at this series a couple of weeks ago, we looked at this game because the Cubs will face Justin Verlander, arguably the best pitcher in all of baseball.
I don't know if there's much argument about it right now, Len. He is heads and shoulders above everybody else in the game right now, has 4+ pitches at his disposal. A fastball that he'll pitch around 92, 93 if needed. He can get up to triple digits with the heater. Tremendous straight changeup. There's the nasty curveball. His slider's his 4th best pitch, and that would probably be considered a plus pitch for anybody else.
He hasn't won in a while, 4 consecutive starts without a win. Travis Wood still looking for his first win as a Cub. Couple of roster moves for the Cubs. We'll tell you about those coming up, but we'll send it down to the field. Our national anthem prior to the first pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise. Kindly remove your caps as the color guard is provided today by the United States Army Chicago Recruiting Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please remain standing as the Chicago Cubs welcome a very special guest to Wrigley Field. Sergeant First Class David Klaus has served in the United States Army since 1991 and began his career in Panama with the 1st Battalion 508th Airborne Infantry. Sergeant First Class Klaus is currently serving with the 20th Special Forces Group of the Illinois National Guard and has served multiple times with honor as a Special Forces Medical Sergeant during Operation Enduring Freedom. As we celebrate and honor the United States Army's 237th birthday today, the Chicago Cubs would like to take this moment to thank Sergeant First Class Klaus, along with all our servicemen and women, both in this country and around the world, for their selfless dedication, courage, and sacrifice in protecting our freedom and defending this great country. At this time, please remain standing and join Wayne Messmer, accompanied by Gary Pressey at the Lowry organ, as they honor America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We're set for Chicago Cubs baseball here on CSN. Tigers and Cubs in the series finale next.
By your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus invites you to test drive a Lexus to your home for the most live sports. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility. What's your policy? Toyota. Right now you can get a lot for less at your local Toyota dealer. Official partner of the Chicago Cubs. The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. BMO Harris Bank. Helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank. NA member FDIC. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. Another big crowd on hand. They're already into it. We haven't even started. Both teams' fans cheering on their club as the Tigers try to win consecutive series since they took the first 2 sets of the season. They've been the comeback kids the last 3 games as well. Now their lineup brought to you by Southwest. Jackson, Bosch with that huge night last night. Cabrera, fielder. Delman Young is in left. Johnny Peralta redeemed himself last night after the error on Tuesday. Ryan Rayburn just back from AAA. He's at second. Gerald Laird, the catcher, and Justin Verlander, the pitcher.
And let's take a look at the Cubs defensively this afternoon. It'll be Soriano, Campana, and De Jesus left to right across the outfield. Luis Valbuena getting the start at third base for the injured Ian Stewart. Starlin Castro, Darwin Barney will make up the double play combo up the middle. Brian LaHare over at first base. Steve Clevenger once again doing the catching today for left-hander Travis Wood. His numbers in 5 starts this season. You really hope he was paying attention as Paul Mahalam faced this Tigers lineup the first game of the series and had some success. Used his changeup very effectively, struck out 7 Tigers in 6 innings of work. Hopefully Travis will be able to repeat that kind of performance.
Chicago native Tony Randazzo gets the plate. Gorman, the crew chief, Titchener, and Vanover. First to third, here we go. It's Travis Wood to Austin Jackson, who ended the game last night with a spectacular catch on the warning track in deep left center, robbing Starlin Castro and keeping the tying run on deck. Inside 1-1. Bob, this is one of the best catches I think I've ever seen in this ballpark, especially considering it was his second career game here.
Yeah, a guy that's basically unfamiliar with Wrigley Field, but you can see he got that left leg up in the air to protect himself against the vines and the bricks. Never lost his focus on the ball. We were told coming into this series that this guy could very well be the best defensive center fielder in the game right now.
The lefty on a 2-1 pitch misses away. 3 balls and a strike. Walks have been an issue at times for Travis Wood here early on. He walked 3 in 5 innings in his last start at Minnesota. That ball is crushed out into deep left center, and he just missed a home run. Jackson to second, where he'll pull up with a double. That ball landed just below the basket, banged off the wall, and that's a hit to start the game.
Now you mentioned walks have been an issue for Travis Wood, and probably even more so these hitters counts, where you can look for a specific pitch in a specific zone, and this time Jackson did not miss it. A rocket line drive. It's just a 4-seam fastball right there down the middle of the plate. He squares it up. Fortunately for the Cubs, didn't get enough elevation to get it out of here. Just a line drive off the wall in left center.
Brings up Brennan Bosch, whose average went up 12 points last night with a 4 for 5, 1 homer, 2 RBI, 2-run performance. He made a great diving catch in that game as well. Swings and misses. The Cubs have done a nice job against Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder. They've combined to go just 4 for 17 in this series, but a lot of guys around them have done a lot of damage. Brendan Bosch saying, don't forget about my defense last night. How about this one?
Maybe more impressive for Brendan Bosch because he doesn't have the defensive skills that Austin Jackson does in center field, but made himself a real nice diving catch in the gap last night.
Talked about them coming back. The Tigers have erased a 3-run deficit in each of their last 3 games. Going 2-1 in those contests. 1-2 the count with Cabrera on deck. Soft liner caught by Valbuena. No play at second as Barney was pulled way over to his left. So 1 out.
A soft liner off the bat of Bosch. Nice leaping catch by Valbuena. Quickly got the ball into his throwing hand just in case Darwin Barney was able to get to the bag in time, but he was not. Valbuena just hung on to the baseball.
The third baseman, Miguel Cabrera. As he takes a strike. Tigers picked up a game on the White Sox last night. Sox a 1-0 defeat at St. Louis. Detroit is 5 games out in 3rd place in the American League Central. On the ground, LaHare will take that right to the bag. 2 down as Jackson advances to 3rd. No RBIs. That's the big one. And now a combined 4 for 18 after that Cabrera ground out. And we'll see how Travis Wood handles Fielder. Got a right-handed hitter, Delman Young, on deck. Fielder, the only Tiger to have previous at-bats against Wood. He's gone 4 for 10. That would have been in some Brewers-Reds matchups. One and one. Prince can get very comfortable in that Tiger uniform. He signed a 9-year contract over the winter. It's his teammate on that list in terms of home run leaders since 2007.
I think we'd have to assume that Fielder's home run numbers will go down just because of the ballpark he's playing in now. Comerica Park in Detroit, not real hitter friendly, at least power hitter friendly. Unlike Miller Park up in Milwaukee, very home run friendly.
Tigers will get the lead as Fielder has his first run batted in of the series. It's a 2-out double on a 1-2 pitch. And it's 1-0.
That's the thing, more so with Cabrera than Fielder, but their willingness to hit the ball to any part of the ballpark. When you have that kind of power, you don't need to pull the ball to do damage. The ball up and out over the plate. Fielder stayed right on it, keeps it fair down into that left field corner to drive home the first run of the game.
That caught way too much of the plate for Travis Wood's liking on a 1-2 offering. Now Delman Young. Ground ball past Wood, but right to Barney to end the inning. 2 doubles, 1 run for the Tigers. And the Cubs will battle Justin Verlander when we come back. can do against Justin Verlander. Here's their Southwest starting lineup. Tony Campana leading the bigs with 21 steals. You see Castro right at an even 300. Kind of a slow start to this series for him offensively. DeJesus, Soriano, Leher, Steve Clevenger back at the plate. Darwin Barney has been hot lately. Luis Valbuena in his Cubs debut, and Travis Wood, the pitcher.
Take a look at the Tigers defensively this afternoon. Delman Young, Austin Jackson, Brennan Bosch left to right across the outfield. It'll be Cabrera and Peralta on the left side of the infield. Ryan Rayburn and Prince Fielder on the right side. Gerald Laird once again doing the catching today for the luckiest pitcher in baseball. Every time he takes the mound, the other team seems to not be able to hit.
Oh, what's the deal?
Stellar numbers once again for Justin Verlander. There you see his mix of pitches.
And first pitch strike at 90 miles an hour on a fastball.
We kind of hinted at it last night. Something to watch for in this ballgame. Watch the velocity for Justin Verlander. He'll cruise along at 90, 91, maybe 92.
Popped into center, and it's Austin Jackson.
If you get runners in scoring position or get high leverage situations, you get the right guy at the plate, and he's still got plenty of gas left in the tank and reached triple digits. His two longest outings of the year, his third outing of the year, he threw 131 pitches, and last time out he threw 127, and in both of those games he was hitting triple digits in his last inning of work.
Triple digits in every start in terms of the pitch count. Has faced the Cubs one other time. That was here at Wrigley on June 17th, 2006, almost 6 years ago to the day. A 9-3 win when 5 2/3 gave up 1 run. Starlin Castro would have been what, 16? Well, it's just ridiculous what he's done against the National League in his career. 16-2 with a 2.76. And he has not helped his own cause against the National League. He's 0 for 21 lifetime.
I'll tell you another thing he does, among many things he does extremely well. He gives his manager a lot of deep outings. 55 consecutive starts going 6 or more innings. That's a bullpen saver right there.
One and two. Justin Verlander was the number 2 overall pick in the 2004 draft, and if you can't remember who went ahead of him, you are forgiven. Popped up over near the Tiger dugout and just into the dugout. Laird got over there a little late. As you know, Bob, the wind direction plays with balls like that a lot in this ballpark. In the first 2 nights, that ball probably is 3-4 rows behind the dugout, but today that ball almost landed on the field of play. Matt Bush, shortstop, was the number 1 pick that year. The Padres took him as Castro couldn't hold. And that's the 96th strikeout of the year for Verlander, at 250 last year.
Yeah, nearly a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio for Verlander. That's the curveball. Watch the downward movement as it gets near the hitting zone. That thing just bottoms out into the dirt. Castro cannot hold up.
2 outs, and it's David DeJesus, who has had some good success and a lot of at-bats against Verlander. 46 in his career, 14 hits for a 304 average. I asked Verlander about the velocity on that fastball, and he said, I used to throw as hard as I could early, would take something off it late when I knew I had to conserve a little energy, but the light bulb eventually went on. He realized late in games, Bob, he was getting outs at 90, 91. He thought, well, what if I do that early? Get earlier outs on contact, save my pitch count, and then if I need it late, as you said, use it.
That's called pitching.
High in the air to right. Well hit, but not well enough, as Bosch will make the catch on the warning track. Then not helping pull hitters from the right side today. Peralta fouls away. I spoke talking about left-handed pull hitters in this game today, struggling to hit the ball out with that wind. As DeJesus flied to the warning track in deep right to end the first.
That could be a line drive near the well area in right field. You would assume to get it out of here to right field, although we've seen Prince Fielder hit some balls through the wind here at Wrigley Field that reached Sheffield.
Well, Peralta made the error that allowed the Cubs to get the game-winning run in the 8th inning Tuesday night, but he bounced right back last night. Had a huge night at the plate. 3 for 4 with a double, a triple, a walk. Knocked in 2, scored twice. Pulls that one into left for a base hit. Johnny Peralta missed 2 games over the weekend. His wife gave birth to twin girls. Hopefully caught up on his sleep here in Chicago.
Boy, is he outnumbered now. He'll lose every family vote.
Ryan Rayburn just back from the minors as the Tigers put starter Drew Smiley on the 15-day disabled list. He's got a blister on his left middle finger. So Rayburn, recalled from AAA Toledo. He was playing every day to start the year, mostly at second base, but got off to a terrible start. And he went down to AAA and hit 194 in 8 games. But he's back, and Bob, the Tigers have had 3 starting second basemen in the 3-game series. Danny Worth, Ramon Santiago, and now Ryan Rayburn. Two one on the way is inside. Wood behind in the count, 3-1.
Well, once again, these are the kind of situations that Travis Wood needs to avoid. Predictable counts, hitters counts where they can be more aggressive, look for one pitch in one zone.
Driven out to deep right center. DeJesus will have to play that one. On the warning track, coming around third is Peralta. The relay throw will be made, but it's late. And Ryan Rayburn, back from the minors, knocks in a run in his first at bat. It's 2-0.
The two hardest hit balls in this game. Austin Jackson to lead it off with a double to left center, and now Ryan Rayburn with a double to right center, coming on 3-1 counts. Not only that, but Travis Wood elevated that fastball up and out over the plate. And it's off to the races for the Tigers.
You never want to think about this if you're Travis Wood. You're pitching against the Detroit lineup, not against Verlander, who's on the mound. But you can't give up a lot today. Cubs already down 2-0. Saw Gerald Laird before the game got hit by a fastball on the left elbow. It did get him in the funny bone, and there was nothing funny about it. 2-0 on him.
That's happened to everybody at one time or another. You bang your elbow on a door jamb or getting up out of your chair or something. You know what that feels like. Imagine having it happen with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball.
And from Matt Garza, Laird said it didn't hurt, it went numb. Two and one. And Laird did go. Brian Gorman made the call from first.
Well, not really a factor now with 2 strikes, but Gerald Laird put down a perfect bunt for a base hit in the ball game last night. Caught the Cubs playing way back defensively and dropped it down that third baseline.
Really fought that one off. To stay alive. Laird in his second tour with the Tigers. With the Cardinals last year, won the World Series. And he lines to Darwin Barney for the out. So here is Verlander. He got a huge hand when his name was announced in the starting lineup. Look, if he were in the National League, it would be a lot different. But you have to think his pitching coach and his manager, in these few at bats he gets in National League parks, they have to be holding their breath.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Leyland minds the offer. Ace pitcher doesn't have to run the bases. Save his energy for going back out to the mound.
Taken 2 home run swings and has come up empty. My guess is he'll swing for the fence again. Took it outside. Ground ball to short. Throw goes to third. Tag applied as Rayburn runs into an out.
Verlander does make contact on the 1-2 pitch. Little grounder right to shortstop. Horrible base running by Ryan Rayburn. That plays right in front of you. You've got to know where the shortstop is defensively behind you. Easy out at third base for the Cubs. And now Verlander does have to run the bases.
Bob, if you're Brian LaHare, why would you hold him on when his lead's about a step?
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Austin Jackson rarely hits a ball that direction. If you felt it was a hitter that might hit the ball to the right side of the field, especially toward the first baseman, then yeah, you probably play behind the runner over there. But Brian LaHare positioned right on the bag, holding Verlander and his one-step lead.
Called strike 3 to end the inning. Tigers add to their lead on the Rayburn RBI double. It's 2-0 early. With Big Papi and the Red Sox. Coverage starts at 12:30 with Subaru Cubs pregame live. Cubs and Red Sox tomorrow at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. He will replace Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija will be pushed back to Saturday. Talking to Jeff today, he is going to be watching every move by Justin Verlander in this one. One power pitcher watching another.
That's why you're the Cy Young and the MVP in the American League. Put up numbers like that, they can't help but give you every possible award.
Unanimously the Cy Young Award winner. on the Triple Crown in the AL. First starting pitcher to win the MVP in 25 years, Roger Clemens. The last to do it, 1986, with the Red Sox. Alfonso Soriano bounces one into center field, so there will be no perfect game, nor will Verlander throw a no-hitter today. That's out of the way.
Sounded like Alfonso Soriano hit that ball off the end of the bat a little bit. Two-seam fastball on the outside corner. Yeah, he did get it out near the end of the bat, but got enough of it to whack it past Johnny Peralta for the Cubs' first hit of the game. Knuckleball coming right at you. Took the spin off the ball as he hit it back through the middle of the infield.
Ball one on Brian LaHare. That one pulled into right.
Pitch was actually away from Brian LaHare. Like a changeup working its way toward the outside corner. He went out and got it, took advantage of that hole on the right side of the infield. And once again, you see Soriano and his inability to start quickly and stop quickly.
Well, it goes without saying, when you have chances like this, 2 on, nobody out against Verlander, you have to come through as an offense. Clevenger takes ball one inside. Big story yesterday. Late last night, Matt Cain with a perfect game against the Houston Astros. It included 14 strikeouts. I mention that because you think of some of the great performances this season, including Verlander, who took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Pirates on May 18th. Josh Harrison with a hit with 1 out in the 9th to break up the no-no. And Cain was just magnificent. 10-0 the final last night. Gregor Blanco with his version of Dwayne Wise with the great catch in a perfect game. It was Wise in the Burley perfecto. As there's the final out. More than half the outs were strikeouts. Called strike 3. Got him on the curveball. But you look at Philip Humber, he struggled since his perfect game. Verlander was really good in his start after that one against the Pirates, but he's had a couple of bad ones since. Hasn't won since that one-hit shutout. It has to take something out of you, doesn't it? Johan Santana got blasted a week after his no-hitter.
Yeah, the numbers would tell you it does. I mean, talk about high leverage. When you're throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, I mean, every pitch you deliver after about the 5th inning it means the world. They said Matt Cain last night, his command was impeccable. He threw every pitch exactly where he wanted it. In that zone we talk about all the time.
Well, Matt Garza's no-hitter 2010 with Tampa Bay against Detroit. I asked him today, I said, did you feel like you had no-hit stuff? He said, I felt terrible. He said 118 of his pitches were fastballs. Two strikes on Darwin Barney. Inside, 1-2. Bill James has a stat, it's called game score. They got certain points for certain things. And the 22nd perfect game in Major League history. Scored very well. The highest 9-inning score on that list 105, Kerry Wood's 20 strikeout game against the Astros in 1998. What you do, Bob, you start with 50 points. You had a point for each out, 3 points an inning, 2 points for each inning completed after the fourth, a point for a strikeout. You subtract 2 points for each hit. You kind of just, add and subtract points based on things that happen. The highest possible score is 114. That would be no base runners, 27 strikeouts. Kane's game last night, 101 points. That was tied for number 1 among 9-inning no-hitters and perfect games. Fly ball to left. Delman Young back, and he won't get it. In and out of the vines. Soriano will score, and LaHare will stop at third, and it's 2-1. Darwin Barney has knocked in 4 in this series.
Didn't look like a hit that was going to drive in a run here. Cast that ball high in the air to straightaway left field, and that wind that's still blowing from right to left got a hold of it. Chased Delman Young all the way back to the vines. You can see Brian LaHare was right on the heels of Alfonso Soriano, but Listes had to throw up the stop sign. Oh, great opportunity here for Luis Valbuena. Pick up a couple of ribbies.
Yeah, Louie. Playing as he came up to the plate. This is his first plate appearance as a Cub. Verlander from the windup, and a breaking ball strike. There is history between these two guys. 16 previous at bats, 21 plate appearances for Valbuena. 2 hits, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. One of the 2 hits was a grand slam. That was with Cleveland on April 11th, 2010. And he bounced that one off his foot. Luis was on the Cubs opening day roster just after he was claimed off waivers from the Toronto Blue Jays, but before game 2 of the season he was outrighted to AAA Iowa. The bouncer to second. It's going to tie the game. Valbuena with an RBI ground out, 2-2.
A real nice controlled swing that time by Luis Valbuena with the infield playing back. He knew if he made contact and kept it away from Justin Verlander on the mound, he's probably going to get a runner on the plate. Exactly what he does. Just rolls over, hits that ball right off the end of the bat. You see the dirt splash out in front of home plate, tying up the ball game.
Called strike on Travis Wood. Barney at third, 2 outs, 2 in to tie it up. So Valbuena replacing Ian Stewart, who was sent to the DL today with left wrist soreness. And Wellington Castillo's back from the DL. Catcher Coy Hill designated for assignment. Castillo had a sprained right knee and went to the DL on May 22nd. Stewart will have that wrist looked at again. He's had it looked at a few times. They just haven't found anything structurally wrong. Just continues to nag at him. And has since August of last year. 3-2. Good take. 99. Not sure if he actually saw the pitch, but he took it for ball 3.
That's a good take. We'll try to slow it down for you, but at 99, it's still going to get from his hand to that catcher's mitt rather quickly.
Well, he is facing the other team's pitcher. But Travis Wood can swing the bat, and Verlander may just be a little aggravated that he's given up 2 here this inning. He's given Wood his best fastball here in this at bat. And Wood made really good contact on 97, but he pulled it right to Peralta. Cubs get 2, and we're tied after 2. Monday, June 17th here at Wrigley Field. Game time is 7:05, but be sure to arrive at the field early. The first 5,000 fans get a Cubs stadium seat cushion. Compliments of Serta. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. It is the U.S. Army's 237th birthday, and it's great to have with us Sergeant Major Raymond F. Chandler III. Great to have you in the booth, sir.
It's an honor. Thank you very much.
Well, what do you think of the view?
It's a field of dreams.
Got that right.
It is absolutely stunning. Stunning. And I'm sorry that the Army birthday wasn't this next weekend, because I'm a Red Sox fan originally from Massachusetts. So
don't say that too loud.
Well, you know, they're not here yet.
Well, the Red Sox actually are in town, but they're off today after winning a series in Miami. As Brennan Bosch takes a strike. Well, what does it mean? The Army now 237 years old.
Well, I think really the number one thing is you've got a very small group of people that serve in our Army today.
But you've hit by a pitch.
But you've got a series of literally millions of veterans who have served in our Army. They're here in the stands today watching the game, contributing to America and what it means, and we continue to grow, continue to be an Army that supports and defends the nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Just chatting with Cubs outfielder and third baseman Joe Mather on Memorial Day. His dad lives in Phoenix, Paul Mather, and served in Vietnam, the 101st Battalion. And so Joe certainly honors the military every single day. Grew up with those values, and I'm sure it was neat to talk to some of the players, and I know they were honored to talk to you.
You know, this is one of the great things about this job, is you get an opportunity to do this and represent the other 1.1 million people that make up your Army, our Army, and to say thanks to the American people today for your support for us. And you know, it's just an amazing thing. Great opportunity. I kind of pinching myself. I can't believe I'm here. You know, we've got a lot of family from Chicago. My wife was actually born you know, at Paulina and Howard, lived right over here in Wrigleyville. Our family's moved out to the northwest suburbs now, so hopefully they're listening and watching, and you know, it's just a great thing. So thanks so much for the opportunity.
We're keeping a close eye on Brennan Bosch at first. And a 1-1 count on Cabrera. Gets that one foul out of play. Well, tell us how it felt to go to the big league mound and throw out a ceremonial first pitch.
I was nervous. You know, we were going to do a little practice beforehand, and we just didn't be able to make it work with the timing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I better not skip this ball or I'll be in trouble. And you know, all of my folks back in the Pentagon will be booing me out of the building. So yeah, it was exciting.
Trying to turn two. Valbuena dropped it, but they still turn it. 5-4-3 to go around the horn.
Well done,
the right
Coach.
guy running in Cabrera. And 2 away here in the inning.
Yeah, that's why you never quit on the play. Know your opposition. I think that works in the Army. It works in baseball. Miguel Cabrera does not run well at all. Darwin Barney knew he still had some time and was able to relay on to Brian LaHare to complete the double play.
Yeah, they completed the mission.
There you go.
Hey.
Here's Prince Fielder. As the Cubs will put on the pull shift, they'll pull Castro over to the other side of second base. And Fielder lines that one out to left, but Soriano will make the catch. Sergeant Major Raymond F. Chandler III. Again, an honor.
Thank you
for all
so
you
much.
do and all the people you work with on a daily basis.
You know, and we're just grateful for the support for Chicago and the state of Illinois.
Field for the first time since 1984. Tickets are available now for the international friendly at the confines soccer match between Italy's AS Roma and Poland's Zagłębie Lubin, being played Sunday, July 22nd at 2:30. Majority of the seats are available for $50 or less. For more info and to purchase tickets, go to Cubs.com/soccer. Oh, what a thrill to chat with Sergeant Major Raymond F. Chandler III. And he could not have picked a better day to be here at Wrigley Field. 1-0 offering to Campana. I guess for him, I guess a better day would have been Red Sox Cubs, but in terms of the weather, the atmosphere, this is as good as it gets.
Now, Sergeant Major can come back this weekend if he'd like.
That's right.
Love to have him again.
Changed him up 1-2.
We saw Tony try to bunt with 2 strikes earlier in this series. Unfortunately fouled the ball off. It was recorded as a strikeout. Cabrera's not backing off at third base. He's still playing a couple steps in front of the baseline, even in a 2-strike count.
Swing and a miss. We'll go 2-3 to complete the out. Castro struck out his first time. We get to know Justin Verlander a little bit better. Went to Old Dominion University. Wasn't drafted out of high school. He's from Goochland County, Virginia. Curve for a strike. Great story from USA Today Sports Weekly a few years back when Verlander was a sophomore in high school. He borrowed 50 cents from his best friend Daniel to get some dessert after lunch. And as part of the loan, Verlander had to promise that he would give his friend 0.1% of his signing bonus should he sign with a major league team. So you fast forward to 2004, Verlander signed with Detroit for over $3 million. So Daniel Hicks, Verlander's high school buddy, could have asked for over $3 grand as part of their original deal, but he did not ask Justin to pay up. He has kept that contract, which is a great conversation piece, and Verlander gave him some tickets and memorabilia.
Hey. All you need to know about Verlander is he's got 11 pages in the Tiger Media Guide.
Why does he wear 35? Frank Thomas picked it way back in Little League. And he'd later face Frank Thomas in the big leagues. The big hurt. There's no coincidence that the top strikeout guys are usually the best pitchers in the game. Verlander will toss to Fielder for out number 2.
Well, one thing that makes Verlander so good, his curveball does not come out of his hand and immediately go up. Most guys, when they throw that overhand curveball, as the ball is coming off their fingertips, the first movement is up and then the ball breaks down as it gets into the hitting zone. When Verlander throws that curveball, it comes straight out of his hand toward his target and then takes the break when it gets closer to the hitting zone. Very tough for hitters to identify it. That's why you see so many awkward swings on that curveball down in the zone.
Jesus flying to the warning track and right his first time, and he fouls back. Now, in terms of strikeouts and dominating pitchers, I know there are people out there who say, well, yeah, but Len, you've talked about batters and strikeouts, saying that they're not all that bad for hitters. The difference is a player like David DeJesus, for instance, he helps his team by helping create runs and preventing runs because he plays defense. Pitchers, really, they have one job. That's to get people out. So that's why strikeouts tend to help pitchers more than strikeouts tend to hurt a batter who can help you in a lot of other ways.
And for a team that's been shaky at times defensively, that strikeout is huge. Yep. When you don't get your defense involved in outs, especially in crucial situations, if you get those outs yourself via the strikeout, that's a real good thing.
Well, his last start at Cincinnati, he went 6 innings, Struck out 9. So he got 18 outs. Half of the outs he only had to rely on his catcher. Swing and a miss and a change. 2-2. Fielder will flip. Verlander covering, and Cubs go down 1-2-3. We head off to the 4th. It's a 2-2 tie.
Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
We get into the 4th inning. A 2-2 tie. Delman Young. Strike 1 from Travis Wood. Off the glove of Castro and into left center for a leadoff hit.
Cheating toward that hole just a little bit. Castro with 3 steps and a jump just can't quite get there quickly enough. That'll go as a base hit. Delman Young just off the fingertips of the glove.
Peralta leadoff single and a run in the 2nd. Swing and a miss. Ted Barrett was the home plate umpire last night for the Kane perfect game. 2nd time he has called balls and strikes in a perfect game. David Cone threw one against Montreal with the Yankees in 1999. So Barrett, the first home plate umpire to call, so to speak, 2 perfect games. Ryan Runge was at 3rd base. So he has been involved on the umpiring crew for 3 no-hitters already this season. The Mariners combined no-no over the Dodgers last week, and he was back at the plate for Philip Humber's perfect game for the White Sox in Seattle. I guess the West Coast has been kind to no-hitters. I got another one for you.
Bring it on.
R.A. Dickey with a 1-hitter that was completely overshadowed by Kane's gem. Well, the Mets are wondering if the hit allowed was a hit. 2-out single in the first inning by B.J. Upton of the Rays. That's pulled foul. David Wright tried to barehand the ball, couldn't make the play. The Mets basically have said, look, they're probably not going to reverse it, but they're going to appeal to Major League Baseball to have a retroactive no-hitter. And you see some other great pitching performances around baseball. Dickey and Lynn down to double digits in wins. Jason Marquis, the former Cub. Matt Harrison of the Rangers was excellent. Ground ball back to Wood. Barney covering. 1-4-3 double play.
Calm, cool, and collected is Travis Wood as he fields this comebacker. Plenty of time. He knows which middle infielder is going to cover the bag at second base. Gives Darwin Barney a nice feed. And once again, plenty of time for Barney to complete that double play on to Brian LaHare. That's one thing a pitcher and middle infielders will do. When that hitter gets in the batter's box, one of the last things a pitcher will do with the runner at first is turn around to his middle infielders, and they will alert him who's going to cover the bag on a ball hit back to the mound. That eliminates any doubt. And Travis Wood fielded that ground ball. He knew that Darwin Barney was responsible for covering second base. Sometimes that pitcher will wheel around, see the shortstop and second baseman both breaking for the bag. He's not sure who's going to get there. That's when mistakes happen. But that time, no mistake at all.
2-1 on Rayburn. That guy's going to be rocking hard tonight over at Metro. Billy Corgan and Smashing Pumpkins. So headline Hot Stove Cool Music. We should mention there are still a few tickets available. Go to metrochicago.com. It's going to be the place to be tonight. The Figs, members of Buffalo Tom, Jenny D and the Delinquents, Peter Gammons and his all-star band, Theo Epstein, Company of Thieves. And if that's not enough, we will be jamming too to some garage rock. Jeff Garland, our 7th inning stretch guest today, will MC along with Joel Murray. Can't wait. All the money goes to charity. Chicago Cubs Charities and the foundation to be named later. Travis Wood has settled in nicely. It's 2-2 in the 4th. There were 2 perfect games thrown in the same season. I will recuse myself because I got it right very quickly. And I didn't cheat.
That's all right if you did.
No, I didn't. You ready to take a guess?
I will do whatever you did. Recuse myself as well. Because I don't know.
You may remember the year.
I've got nothing against cheat.
Well, it was kind of a guess, but I mean, I did take a stab at it, and I happened to be right. It was a little more recent than you might think. Alfonso Soriano has an interesting streak on the line. Yeah, he's hitting 9 in a row, but I think the more intriguing streak is that he's homered in each of the last 9 series. Can he extend that today to 10 before the Tigers leave town? And the hit today in the second did extend his hit streak to 10. That's 10 games, not series. I said it earlier, the Red Sox are in town but off today. It'll be interesting to see what Bobby Valentine's lineup looks like for each of the 3 games. He's got some intriguing choices. He's got his DH David Ortiz, who can play first. He's got Adrian Gonzalez and Kevin Youkilis, both who've won Gold Gloves at first. He's got a rookie named Will Middlebrooks, who's been really good at third, so he's been moving guys around. Gonzalez has played right, but they all can't get in the National League lineup. Soriano swings and misses for strike 3.
Uncle Charlie. Another curveball from Verlander. I found it interesting in that at bat by Alfonso Soriano. Verlander has rarely thrown his slider in the ballgame today. I mentioned earlier it's his 4th best pitch, and most scouts still consider it to be a plus pitch. But he threw one to Alfonso Soriano because he knows that's a weakness for Fonzie. That slider off the corner low and away. And even going to a pitch that he's used sparingly today, able to throw it right where he wanted, on command.
Obviously, we'll talk more about it tomorrow, Bob. But you know who's been really, really good for the Red Sox this year? Scott Posednik, picked up off the scrap heap. They got him from the Phillies, and he right now is hitting, let's see, .373, slugging .490 in 16 games.
That's pretty good.
Posednik didn't play in the majors at all last year. Off the plate inside, 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Got him. Powered a 96-mile-an-hour heater past him.
On our Nissan pitch tracks, you'll see a second fastball in a row elevated up there above the top of the strike zone to Brian LaHare. And we talked about how Verlander will pitch at 90, 91, 92. That's on pitches down in the zone. When he goes up and elevates that fastball, that's the four-seamer. That's the one that he can get up there near 100 miles per hour when he wants to.
He'll get out of play. Verlander's tall and lanky, 6'5", 225. Cubs got to him for a couple to tie it up in the second on 3 hits. Ball strike 3. So he punches out the side, has 6 strikeouts through 4, still 2-2.
Afternoon and Sunday night when the Cubs battle the Red Sox right here at Wrigley Field. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com, call 1-800-THE-CUBS, or visit the Wrigley Field box office.
Game 63, including today 100 left. I don't know about you, Bob, but I feel like the 6 weeks of spring training are the slowest 6 weeks of the year, and then once the regular season starts, it just really flies by. So I hope the last 6 weeks of my life are like spring training.
I get into some trouble when I was managing the Diamondbacks. Of course, our spring training then was down in Tucson, and I was asked by a writer about Tucson, and I told him, well, if I find out I've got 6 weeks left to live, I want to go to Tucson because it'll seem like 6 years.
Some people didn't like that.
No, not a little bit. No. Well, you're right about spring training. It gets to be the repetition of it. It gets to be monotonous for the players and the coaches, and even for the fans to a certain extent, coming out to the ballpark every day expecting to see the star players. And you're not always going to see the star players in a spring training game. They may be on a backfield getting some extra work in, and those games just seem to drag on and on and on. You've got unlimited rosters, unlimited replacements, pinch hitters, pinch runners, defensive replacements. You got a bunch of pitchers that need to get their innings in, and the games tend to drag on and on and on. But then you start the regular season, 25-man rosters. Every pitch is important. Every play is important.
Leadoff walk, so that'll bring up Verlander, who will try to lay down a sac bunt. That is something he has done fairly well. He has 6 in his career.
Well, assuming that Verlander's going to try to bunt, I think the Cubs need to be excessively aggressive here because Gerald Laird, the runner at first base, is not quick by any stretch of the imagination. This is a potential double play situation on a sac bunt. Travis Wood's a very good defender out there on the mound. Luis Valbuena was charging hard from third base, and Ryan LaHare also coming down the line from first.
One and one. The Reds are beating up on the Indians 12-5 in the bottom of the 8th as they look for the sweep. Another home run for Joey Votto. He has been red hot. There's the bunt. A pretty good one. Get real-time info, including pitcher gas gauge, stats, and tweets with Cubs in-game live only at csnchicago.com. Brought to you by Liberty Mutual. They want to send out happy 70th birthday wishes to Marty Marta. And the Cubs can beat Justin Verlander today. Go ahead, run at second. There's Laird, and Austin Jackson takes ball one outside. He came over from the Yankees in the Curtis Granderson deal. From Denton, Texas. Played baseball against Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford while they were growing up in Texas. Inside 3-0. Left-handed hitting Brennan Bosch is next. Missed outside, 2 walks in the inning. Tigers threatening without the benefit of a hit here in the 5th.
That's the wrong part of the lineup to be putting guys on base ahead of the big boys coming up after Brennan Bosch. Bosch a threat in his own right, but after him you've got Cabrera and Fielder. Steve Clevenger out to talk it over with his left-hander. Love to see that double play ball right here.
Inside to Bosch. Kick and the 1-0 outside 2-0. Bosch with a good hack at that one. 2-1. AT&T UVerse multi-view. You've got Laird, middle picture there on the right. Lead man at second. Jackson is at first. Bosch just able to hold up 3-1. No absolutes in this game. Can't say you can't walk the bases loaded in front of Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder, but it is not recommended.
No. Get out of that jam from time to time, but you just don't want to put yourself in that situation to begin with.
Pretty important pitch here for Travis Wood. 3-2, 1 out, 2 on. Tie ball game here in the 5th with the heart of the Tiger order looming. Runner's not going. Swing and a miss. That's a big one. 2-0 and 3-1. He comes back to strike out Bosch.
Hard cut fastball off that outside corner. You know, Len, I think it'd be a real good idea right now if Steve Clevenger and Travis Wood changed up the signs or the sequence of signs. Gerald Laird, the Tigers catcher, has been out there at second base for a long time, staring in at Steve Clevenger's signs. You just don't want to take any chances at this point in the ball game with the hitters that are scheduled to come up to the plate.
Cabrera with a fly ball to right. The Ace is coming over near the line now in a couple of steps. 2 hands on it to end the inning. Well, Wood dodged a bullet, and we're still tied at 2. Chance to win free food. If the Cubs get a base hit in the 5th inning, fans with a base hit for Burritos game card win a free entree. Rubber game today, a 2-2 deadlock in the 5th. 7-8-9 for the Cubs against Justin Verlander. And in there for a strike. Fly ball center field. And Jackson, that over the shoulder catch for the out.
Time to take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam. We're going to showcase the Justin Verlander curveball. Watch how he leads with his little finger in the pad of his hand. Most pitches that a pitcher throws, his hand will be behind the baseball, but on that curveball, he actually leads with the little finger, causing that rotation over the top. Tremendous late movement as it gets into the hitting zone.
Swinging strike on Valbuena. See what he did at AAA Iowa. It's the slower curve, 76 miles an hour. Eventually, that's the slowest pitch he's thrown in this game. Valbuena, good numbers here in interleague play with Cleveland. On the ground to Ryan Rayburn. 10 in a row now retired by Verlander. Wood out in the left center. Boy, he's got 2 really good at bats. And he's going to try for 2. And he's going to be out. Got a little greedy. And that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 6th. Still 2-2. Defense was played by Delman Young. as Travis Wood tried to sneak in an extra base there and could not.
Well, the thought was good for Travis Young. He wanted to get himself into scoring position with 2 outs in the inning. Young was moving to his left as he picked up that ball, had to close that front shoulder and get off a strong throw. Unfortunately, Delmon Young was able to do that.
And he will hit second here in the 6th inning against Travis Wood. A tough go for the Cubs against the Tigers. 4-12 all time in interleague play. And Ed Hardick provides us with this. The last time the Cubs won a regular season home series against a club from Detroit was late May 1888, as they won 2 of 3 against a Detroit National League club. Could not tell you the name of that team, but it's been a while.
Motor City Madmen.
Well, in 1888, were they the Motor City yet? I don't think so.
Probably not. No.
Probably something like the Detroit Highlanders. It's kind of a popular nickname back then.
The Hilltoppers.
Yeah, right. The fielder kind of stuck his elbow out and takes one for the team as he is on base.
I don't know, Len. He made no effort whatsoever to get out of the way of that pitch. If anything, he stuck his right elbow further toward the strike zone. Clearly, you can see him taking it off the back of that big right arm. It's an argument you're not going to win very often, but it was clear Prince Fielder made no attempt to get out of the way of that pitch.
I have the answer courtesy Baseball Reference. The Detroit Wolverines.
Ooh, the Wolverines.
1888 in the National League. Bill Watkins started the year as their manager, 5 games over 500, but then replaced by Bob Ledley. Bob Watkins did a pretty good job, to be honest with you.
Well, you're hired to get fired.
Dan Brothers at first baseman. All right, 129 games, 68 walks, 13 strikeouts. Not bad. Line to Castro, handcuffed him. We're in June here, and I think that ball came out of a bunch of light colored shirts in the first section right behind home plate. It can sometimes be a little treacherous for an infielder. And it used to be worse when the field was crowned, because foul territory over there would kind of disappear and you'd be staring right into a bunch of white shirts. Oh, and 1 on Johnny Peralta.
Precisely the reason why at most major league ballparks you won't see white t-shirts on giveaway days. Usually they're going to be the darker of the team's color, whether it's black or red or blue. Imagine getting 40,000 white shirts in this ballpark. Nobody would be able to see the batted ball.
Yeah, the whiteout they do a lot of hockey teams in the playoffs. Not a good idea for baseball.
Not good for baseball. Nope.
Valbuena will feed Barney. Relay throw in time. 3 double plays coached by Travis Wood, taking us to the bottom of the 6th and a 2-2 tie. a chance to hear the stories from the players who lived them firsthand. For more information or to purchase tickets, call 1-800-THE-CUBS or visit Cubs.com/tours. All right, let's answer our AT&T Mobility trivia question. Prior to this season, when was the last time there were two perfect games tossed in the same season? Got to go all the way back to 2 years ago. Dallas Braden and Roy Halladay in the same month, no less.
I would have gone further back. I figured El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, when he threw his perfecto, that maybe somebody else did that year.
Pitchers have wrestled control away from the hitters these days. Bunted by Campana. Cabrera with a nice play to get him.
Cabrera actually got himself into a position closer to the third baseline, so when he scooped that ball up, his momentum was going toward first base, making it a much easier throw. Right before that delivery by Justin Verlander, Miguel Cabrera moved 2 steps to his right, closer to the foul line, to give himself an angle as he scooped that Tony Campana bunt.
Cabrera gets another chance, and he gets Castro. The top 3 in the Cubs order now combined 0 for 8 against Verlander today. And it'll bring up De Jesus with 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch strike. Fielder shuffling to his right. Verlander covering, and a very quick 1-2-3. 3 groundouts, in fact, taking us into the 7th. Cubs 2, Tigers 2.
Extra busy this homestand. You mentioned the fact there were a couple of concerts here at Wrigley Field while the team was on the road, and grounds crew has had some long days and nights trying to get this field back into pristine condition.
Rayburn, Laird, and I'm going to guess Justin Verlander.
You think?
I don't think Jim Leyland's going to pinch hit for his ace. He's only made 76 pitches, and again has hit 100 pitches in every start so far this year. Through 6, Travis Wood's thrown 86 pitches. So he has matched Verlander on the big board, 2-2 here into the 7th. That shot hit foul. Randy Wells and James Russell up in the Cubs bullpen. Three and one. Full count, 3-2. Long run in by Valbuena, and that'll be a hit. Rayburn could not have placed it more perfectly down that third base line.
Now, we mentioned Travis Wood is normally a very good defender, but he slipped a little bit coming off the mound that time, eliminating any chance he might have had to make the play. Valbuena with 2 strikes had backed way up into a deep defensive position, and that swinging bunt very effective with 2 strikes. Wood lost his left foot right there as he tried to sprint off of that mound, and that's all Rayburn needed to beat it out for an infield hit.
Laird pops it up, and Barney was taking a look to see if Laird was running out of the box, thinking about maybe letting that ball bounce.
That might have been a good time to try it right there. Gerald Laird, the catcher for the Tigers, does not run well, didn't get out of the box quickly. It's just so hard to try to track that little pop up to the right side and yet out of your peripheral vision see what the runners are doing, but you could clearly see Laird gave up on that play, had Barney backed up a step, played it on a hop, probably an easy double play.
And if not, you swap out Rayburn for Laird. Throw to first, Rayburn back. Verlander with his second sack bunt of the afternoon. We have a visitor rubbing our heads.
Yeah.
For good luck, maybe? Not sure. Jeff Garland is here.
You need to express written consent of the commissioner's office to take that picture. You know that, don't you?
His old school number 10 Cubs jersey on. Austin Jackson with Rayburn at second and 2 outs. Detroit got a run in the first, 1 in the second. The Cubs answered with 2 in the bottom of the second. That's high, 1-1. Floater into left, base hit. Rayburn coming around. And the Tigers lead 3-2. Sounded like Jackson broke his bat, which actually helped his cause. Drop down in front of Soriano, and Tigers have their second lead.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Len. On our Liberty Mutual pitch tracks, you'll see the location of the Travis Wood fastball gets right in on the hands of Austin Jackson, breaking his bat. Had he hit that ball off the barrel, it probably gets out to Soriano much quicker. He has a better chance of throwing that guy out at home plate, but as it is, the Tigers take the lead.
Bosch is lined to third, been hit by a pitch, and is struck out. Might be it. Wood trying to get the lefty Bosch. If he doesn't, might be Randy Wells against Miguel Cabrera.
The Tigers don't run an awful lot, but the guy at first base is one of their base stealers. He's perfect 6 for 6 this season in stolen base attempts.
Fouled into the upper deck. We got to get to the 7th inning stretch because Jeff Garland has ants in his pants today. He is ready. Dancing to a song only he can hear.
That's right.
Rolled into center, base hit. And it will bring up Cabrera. That'll be it. So Dale Swaim wants a right-hander. That's Randy Wells. Travis Wood will leave after 6 2/3. Cubs trailing 3-2. It's a Honda call to the pen, and we'll be right back. Wrigley Field. For more information and to purchase tickets for the 2012 Cubs season, call 773-404-4200 or go to Cubs.com/premier. Belleville, Illinois native Randy Wells. On to call to the pen. He'll face Miguel Cabrera. 2 on, a run in, 2 down in the 7th. Tigers lead 3-2. Sinker is low, ball one. That slider bounced to second. Barney steps on the bag. Captain Morgan's 7th inning stretch with Jeff Garland.
Conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, actor and comedian Jeff Garland.
All right, everybody. I don't need to hear you. I don't think you can sing louder than me. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah, let me tell you Tiger fans suck.
Did you?
I had a gut feeling. Ryan Rayburn just said he just didn't feel like a finisher to me today. I want to apologize, by the way, not to Tigers fans, mind you, but for saying at the end there that Tigers fans suck. Because A, I draw very well in Detroit. B, I have respect for the Tigers. But C, they're irritating me today, and I don't like using the word suck, but they've made me angry. There's too many of them. I'm
so
not used to that
you're
originally.
Not apologizing.
I'm not apologizing.
Didn't sound like you were.
Yeah, I'll watch. This is
Soriano pops it up, and
just
it'll
drop
be
it.
Cabrera to make the basket catch. All right, Jeff.
By the way, I'm just telling you ahead of time. Quick inning. I'm not leaving.
Fine.
All right.
That's fine
Just
with
let
us.
You know.
All right. This is our booth.
Yes,
I'm
it
in
is.
charge.
No,
We're
I know you're both in
game
charge.
here.
And I have great respect for both of you. You're great broadcasters.
I know you do.
Go. Okay.
Here's the game.
Okay.
As we hope the Cubs at least tie.
Well, Brian LaHare's up one swing.
Yes, he is.
He's that kind of ball player. Yes.
Jeff Garland.
Yes.
Actor.
Yes.
Producer.
Yes.
Director.
Yes.
Comedian.
Yes.
We got to add a lot of things to that list.
Writer too.
Writer.
Write movies, TV shows.
Author.
Yeah, author. Yeah.
Cubs fan.
Cubs fan's number one. I get paid the most for that. I don't know if you do that.
MC.
Yeah, I'm hosting the event with you guys tonight.
That's right. I just feel like co-conspirator fits. I don't know what.
It does.
Okay.
If you want hijinks in the booth, I'm your co-conspirator. Okay. By the way, I was up in the, I'm up in the, what do they call this? PNC Club? Is that what it's called? Okay. And from where I'm sitting, I keep on yelling out, Grandma! Grandma! And then what's the woman's name I yell out? Sabrina. I go, Sabrina! And people around me are completely confused, and it's awesome. I'm sure no one else finds that funny. But to me, when you yell Sabrina and no one replies,
right,
and people are going, who's he yelling at? It's great.
So yeller of random names.
Big time yeller of random names.
What else should we add to the list?
I have my own lotion company. I like rainbows, puppetry, pottery,
chocolate dreidels.
Lover of all of those things.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So it's a long list.
It's a long, long list.
I kind of like Co-Conspirator, though.
Co-Conspirator is my favorite, actually, that I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had something on your business card. I think that's where we would start.
I would do Co-Conspirator, yes.
Not conspirator, but Co-Conspirator.
Co-Conspirator. I could spirit with you. So you know what I like about Brian LaHair? He's up a long time. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, he will.
Soriano zips in, zips out. Either it's a home run or he's out in 2 seconds.
Brian will work deep counts.
By the way, let's hope Soriano gets traded soon.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I can say
Listen.
that. I can say that. I said that about Aramis Ramirez last year. It worked. Enjoy him, Milwaukee. Have a good time.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, damn it.
I think the Cubs would consider a deal, but those knees have to be healthy. That's number one. And
so basically, you're saying that there won't be a deal if you're adding the knees.
Well,
have
he keeps
to be
hitting
healthy.
home runs the way he has.
That's exactly right.
An American League team.
Well,
yes.
it would be an American. Can you imagine a National League team picking him up, putting him in left field? Oh, that's right, the Cubs. But I'm sorry, I'm doing that.
Okay. So what do you? Okay, so you're going to come over to Hot Stove Cool Music.
Yes, hosting
get that going tonight,
and then I go over to Second City today. 30 years ago tonight was my first time ever doing stand-up comedy.
Wow.
Yep, 30 years ago tonight. And Clevenger is really just swinging and missing.
So are you going to do material from your first night tonight?
Yes, I actually am.
Really?
I actually am.
Can you give us a preview? Do you have a joke that you told your first night?
Oh, can I just say something? I've already disturbed enough Cub fans by being here. Right. I don't want to make it any worse than it was. Oh, hey! Oh, Grandma. All right, who's going to toss it in the crowd? Let's see what the catcher does, and boom.
So who else is with you tonight?
Bullpen catcher, did they make a decent amount of money, bullpen catcher?
I haven't asked.
That's a question that I want to ask, how much a bullpen catcher makes.
Not enough.
But more than 20 grand?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. More than 160 grand? Oh, okay. All right.
Well, Jeff, tonight we can't wait to have you with us. Can you bring Sarah Silverman over too? I know she's
she's
going
to be with me, but no, okay. I'm not going to.
Great. Beat it.
You've got the Smashing Pumpkins. What else do you want?
We'll see you tonight,
right,
Jeff.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Enjoy Acapulco Taco.
To even the score. Expanded coverage begins at 5 with Chicago Tribune Live from the ballpark. The best coverage of the BP Crosstown Cup is on Comcast Sportsnet. Left-hander James Russell is in. Randy Wells got out of the 7th after Travis Wood allowed the go-ahead run to score. Face hurts. Jeff Garland always has us rolling in the aisles.
He's been going strong all day too, Len. I saw him early this morning on television, and it was the same manic action we saw here.
We're really appreciating him helping out with hot stove cool music later tonight.
To steal a scout's term, he has a high motor.
I didn't think it was that unreasonable to ask him to bring one of his fellow comedians over beforehand, but nope.
Well, one of these days he's going to want something from you.
Yeah, well,
turnabout is fair play.
2 strikes on Prince Fielder. Make it 3 strikes. 1 away.
Fielder now 1 for 7 lifetime against James Russell with 3 strikeouts. Nasty breaking pitch. Good pattern on all 3 of those pitches. Just off the outside corner, down below the knees. The last one with a lot of movement.
Delman Young 1 for 3. Golf foul. Paid crowd today 42,292. That is the largest crowd at Wrigley Field this season. I have a feeling that season mark may be broken at some point this weekend. As Delman Young, it's a towering fly ball to left. And Soriano is over, but it's going to be foul and out of play. Got a funky sky right now. I kind of lost it once it got to a certain point up in the wispy clouds.
That Delman Young can hit some pop-ups out of sight. I mentioned at Target Field in Minnesota, he hit one just foul onto a patio on the 4th deck of the stadium. It's hard to believe anybody could hit a ball up there, but he did.
Russell with an 0-2 and a base hit. Boy, he went down and got that one. That pitch was not in the strike zone. To James Russell, it's a kind of a tip your cap. Watch how low this was.
Steve Clevenger's getting ready to block it back there behind home plate. That pitch well out of our pitch tracks. But Young went down and got it, golfed it into left field for a base hit.
Quentin Berry will pinch run for Young.
I mentioned earlier the Tigers don't run a lot, but Berry is another guy who's been perfect on the season. 8 attempts, 8 stolen bases.
The overall attendance in the series over 124,782. That is the largest midweek series attendance total in Wrigley Field history. Berry was thinking about running.
Good time for a pitch out. You're heading the count 0-1 if you think that guy's going to run. Dale Swain was thinking as well. Well, it's so important to jump ahead of the next hitter when you have a speedy runner at first base, just to give yourself that option of pitching out if you think he's going to run.
Runner goes, popped up, and Berry was deked by Darwin Barney. But since that ball was up in the air for a long time, he's got plenty of time to get back to first. That was a good acting job by Darwin Barney, who, by the way, has made an appearance in a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, you saw Barney reacted as if he were taking a throw from the shortstop Starlin Castro, trying to get Barry to slide into second base, which then would have given Tony Campana an opportunity to throw behind him for a possible double play.
Darwin Barney appearing in the movie Calvin Marshall. It was released in 2009. He played Murphy.
Murph.
He was a baseball player. First at bat for Santiago, came into play second in the last half inning. The final in Cincy, the Reds sweep the Indians 12-5. The final today. They cranked out 3 home runs. Phillips, Votto, Ludwig. 17 hits for the Reds. I'm going to look up Joey Votto here lately. It's ridiculous what he's been doing at the plate. Russell's 1-1 to Santiago. Pop foul, back to the seats. Since May 25th, that's 18 games, Joey Votto's hitting .516, 33 for 64. Ooh. Got him on strikes to end the inning. Verlander still in there, and the Cubs now with just 6 outs to go, trailing by a run. is Darwin Barney. Barney, Valbuena, and a pinch hitter for Russell. Play for Fielder. Right field, and this ball slicing out of play. Cubs with that 2-run second since that inning. They've had one hit. That was a Travis Wood single, and remember, he was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. So they haven't put any pressure on Verlander to pitch out of the stretch since that second. Again without a play. Count holding at 1-2. Oh, and Barney will battle you with 2 strikes. He has struck out just 3 times over his last 69 plate appearances. He lines one into right.
Good battling at bat that time by Darwin Barney, eventually finding grass out there in shallow right field. See that movement on a 97-mile-an-hour heater tailing back toward the middle of the plate. I was going to say at the time, Len, this is where you like to get Darwin Barney on base to lead off the inning, because you're at a part of your lineup where you'll do some things. You're not going to butt with Starlin Castro or Alfonso Soriano or Brian LaHare. You're not going to play hit and run with those guys probably. But when you're down here at the bottom of the order and Reed Johnson's already in the on-deck circle to pinch hit for the pitcher, this is where you can do some things. No sign of a bunt or a hit and run that time. Valbuena swings and misses.
And the red-hot Reed Johnson is on deck. He has pinch hit twice in this series and has hits in both at bats. Sean Camp was up when this inning started. He's still on one of the bullpen mounds, but Carlos Marmol has joined him. Backdoor curve is outside.
We've shown you a lot of Justin Verlander curveballs in the game today. This is his other plus pitch. Circle changeup. Ball just gets up near the hitting zone. Downward movement. Valbuena way out in front. That's not fair. A guy could throw 100 miles an hour and throw a changeup like that.
Valverde up in the visitors bullpen. If he does get in the game, he's not going to throw a pitch that looks quite like that.
No.
This should be 2. 6-3. And that hurts. Put the leadoff man on against Verlander, and all of a sudden 2 outs. The new Chicago Cubs baseball summer camps offer children ages 5 to 13 of all abilities the ultimate major league experience for 8 one-week sessions in 6 convenient locations around the Chicago area. Join fellow teammates for a week of top-notch baseball instruction, exclusive access, and unforgettable moments. Visit Cubs.com/camps to sign up your future Cub today. Here's a guy hitting .500 as a pinch hitter. Leads the majors with 9 hits in the pinch.
A little different approach for Reed Johnson. If you notice, he's standing a lot further away from home plate than he normally does. Usually when he takes his stance in that right-handed batter's box, he's hanging out over the inside corner of the plate. That's why he's been hit by pitch so many times, but has backed off the plate a little bit. Maybe making an adjustment on the way that pitchers have been attacking it.
Three and 0. Verlander without a walk, as he has just reached the 100 pitch mark. Still with a lot of life on that fastball. 102 pitches in. And he strikes him out. That's number 8 for Verlander, who comes back from a 3-0 start to that at bat. We'll go to the 9th. 3-2 Detroit. Question is, will it be Justin Verlander? And it will not. In the bottom of the 9th, Don Kelly Has grabbed a bat and is in the on-deck circle to hit for Verlander. Verlander trying to get his first win since May 18th. He's going to leave it up to Jose Valverde in the bottom of the ninth. We told you last night how good he's been against the Cubs in his career. Well, Bob Verlander did give up the 2 runs in the second, but I thought it was vintage Justin Verlander pretty much all day.
Yeah, he made his best pitches when he had to. Fortunately, the Cubs were able to take advantage of that second inning situation. Back-to-back singles to lead off the inning, and Darwin Barney drove in 1 with a double. Luis Valbuena 1 with a ground out to second base. You said it at the time, you need to take advantage because you just don't know how many opportunities you're going to get against Verlander, and that's basically been it today.
Yeah, I can't really fault the Cubs offense today. As you said, they did come through, with a couple of runs to tie it in the second, but just didn't have any other chances. Three and 1 on Laird. Bounce to short. Now our Xfinity high-speed action as Verlander going 3-0 on Reed Johnson. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Comes all the way back to get him. None of those fastballs was in the same location as the other. The 0-1 to the pinch hitter Kelly. Awkward looking swing as he punched it foul. Like strike 3 from this vantage point, and Liberty Mutual pitch tracks. It liked it too.
A lot of late movement on that sinker from Sean Camp. I was just thinking to myself what a nice job Tony Randazzo has done behind the plate today. And I think part of the reason Randazzo is such a good ball strike umpire, watch how low he gets. He's got his head almost right behind the catcher's mitt by the time that ball is delivered. He really gets down there and gets a good look at the pitches.
You said a Chicago native, Tony Randazzo. Kelly with a line shot. Uh-oh, gets past Campana, and Kelly around second. On his way to third, Gene Lamont's going to hold him. And the ball was dropped on a relay throw. If Kelly had been set, he would have scored. Gene Lamont didn't know that. Campana took a chance, and he ends up paying the price.
Just got underneath his glove. A little wristy swing that time by Kelly. Just flipped it out there in shallow center field. No way for Gene Lamont to know that that cutoff throw was going to be dropped by Starlin Castro out in left center field. But as it is, Tigers knocking on the door with a runner at third, 1 out.
Well, this is such a huge insurance run. And the infield is in as Jackson takes a pitch low. Fly to deep left. Soriano will watch it go. A 2-run homer. And the Tigers now lead by 3. His 7th of the year.
A sinker that came right back on the inside part of the plate to Austin Jackson. Got it on the barrel. Soriano could only jog back to the warning track and hope that one hit the basket and stayed in play, but it ends up in the bleachers.
Bosch pops it up near third. Valbuena in foul territory, 2 down. Jackson's had an impressive series both ways. Double, single homer today, 3 knocked in. A great catch to end the ball game last night. Based on what you've seen in the 3-game series here, can the Tigers get back into the race? A lot of time to go, about 100 games left.
I think
saw
so.
them today with their best starter on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to have any long losing streaks, you wouldn't think, with some of the guys they have in that rotation, some of the thumpers they have in the middle of this lineup. I guess the biggest concern for the Tigers is their defense. You know, we talked about Austin Jackson, how great he is in center field, but subpar defenders at just about every other position on the field.
Sharply hit bouncer to Darwin Barney to end the inning. A triple followed by a home run, and it will be a save chance for Valverde, but he has a little extra cushion now as we go to the bottom of the 9th.
Front row seats auction to bid on tickets in the front row, behind home plate, and along the first baseline. Front row seats will be auctioned off to every game all season long, so don't miss your chance. Go to Cubs.com and check out the CBOE front row seats auction today.
Kelly stays in to play right. And here is Jose Valverde. Going to get his 13th save of the year. Now this would be Tough loss for Travis Wood. A quality start, 3 runs in 6 2/3. Never easy when you're facing Justin Verlander, however. And we'll see what the Cubs can do against Valverde. Top of the order here, starting with Tony Campana. Talked about it last night. Valverde was perfect last year, not only in the regular season, but the postseason as well. When he blew the save against Boston on April 5th, that snapped a streak of 51 consecutive saves going back to the 2010 season. That was on opening day this year. How about you go a whole season without blowing a save, and then the first game the following year you can't hold it. He did get the win that day. Out for Campana. It's going to drop fair as he busted his bat, and he's going to end up at second as Barry had to rummage through the Cubs bullpen to find the ball.
Bat died a hero. Valverde comes inside with a fastball, hits Tony right down near the trademark. That bat just completely shattered, but the ball stays fair down the left field line, ultimately ending up in that Cubs bullpen. Into a scavenger hunt over there. There must be a lot of baseballs and gloves and what have you laying underneath that bench over there in the bullpen, but apparently he found the right one.
You see Valverde, I mean, he's got his toes basically touching the far first base side of that rubber. You see the heel is well off the rubber. Foul strike on Starlin Castro. Currently at 296. Trying to avoid finishing the day under 300 for the first time since April 12th.
Rare slider that time from Valverde. Normally he's just a fastball split finger pitcher. That time tried to lead Starlin Castro off that outside corner with a slider. Starlin saw it right away, laid off.
Think about where Valverde stands. We like it because this nice clear view of home plate. And getting out of the way. Fastball high, 2-1. Fly ball to right. Kelly battling the sun. Just came into the game and right, in fact. Campana tags and heads to third. Follow the Cubs with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. With live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text it BAT to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details. Swing and a miss. Ground ball will score a run, but the Cubs outs it dwindled to one left. If DeJesus gets an RBI, it's now 5-3.
Splitter that just kind of fluttered up there on the outer third of the plate, giving DeJesus an opportunity to pull it to the right side. Unfortunately, right at the Tigers' second baseman. Bloop and a blast.
Well, Soriano just needs to get on. Cubs don't need a home run, they need a base runner. They need Brian LaHare to get to the plate. And he's on deck. Soriano couldn't hold up. 0-2. Swing and a miss. And the Tigers take the final two games of this series. Winning today 5-3. Verlander over Wood, and Valverde does get the save. Well, again, one of the stories of this series is that Cabrera and Fielder didn't do a whole lot of damage, but a lot of other guys in the Tiger lineup did.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to prepare for the whole roster. Obviously, a lot of time in the advanced meeting spent on Prince Fielder and Miguel Cabrera, but in this series, it turned out to be some other guys on that roster that snuck up and did damage, including Austin Jackson. Very impressive young man.
The GMC player of the game, the winning pitcher, Justin Verlander, who went 8 innings today.
Just absolutely filthy stuff. You're more surprised when this guy has a bad outing or loses a game or gets a no decision than you are when he dominates as he did today.
So that's going to wrap things up here from the ballpark. For Bob and our entire CSN crew, Len Casper saying so long from Wrigley. Final score today, the Tigers 5, the Cubs 3. We're right back here tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The Red Sox come to Wrigley for the first time in 7 years. We're on the air at 1 o'clock Central Time. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Cubs post-game live. In-game scoring has